and Oxford University Press. This webinar is organized by Oxford University Press for Greece and Cyprus, and I'm very happy because I'm going to talk about two things that I love. First of all, the book that I have been using in the last few years, Oxford Discover 3 second edition, and game-supported learning. Okay, my name is Dida Papalexiou. I am based in Corinthia. Of course, I'm a teacher primarily. This is my main job, my main endeavor. I'm a teacher, but I have also worked as a teacher trainer, as an author, and materials development, both printed and digital, for McGraw-Hill and a couple of other publishing houses. I have an MA in applied linguistics and a Delta Cambridge diploma. And of late, I have immersed myself into educational technology. I started with the blended e-learning, and then I continued with Microsoft. I have become a certified Microsoft instructor, a Minecraft education ambassador, and a few weeks ago, I was certified as an educational robotics instructor. Why all this? To show you that this is a passion that I'm sharing with you today. And passion has no limits. That's maybe my deeper message, which you're all teachers and you know that. So I'm going to divide my presentation in 3 parts. The first part is why Oxford Discover 3. The second part is game-supported learning. It's not game-based learning, it's game-supported learning. And the third part is a practical part to show you how I used Minecraft education and integrated it into my lesson plan and my syllabus and created a lesson. Please feel free to interrupt. Interrupt is not the right word, to contribute to this discussion today. We are very few, which is a very, very nice private schooling group. And I think most of us are girls, almost a girls' classroom. There are a couple of boys I saw. So how many people are familiar with Oxford Discover 3, if you want to answer? So you can unmute yourselves, express your view. Okay, feel free to contribute in this presentation in any way you want. Or you can raise your yellow hand if you want. Okay. Honestly, I worked mostly with adults, with companies, and also with people preparing for certificates. So 2 years ago, I started working with younger people, younger learners, and I started using Oxford Discover 3, which was a refreshing and surprising and inspiring experience. And it was love at first sight, obviously, because I haven't left it from my hands. Why? Why Oxford Discover 3? Because it is inquiry-based and communicative. The people who have used it know what I'm talking about. Inquiry-based because it starts with the question, the big question. The big question triggers the student's curiosity. And because we know that today's children are not curious. They are in front of a screen, they are passive. So we have to do something more than teaching them a language in order to trigger their curiosity. So we have the big question, and it's a thought-provoking question. And if the teacher is a little bit, more flexible and works outside the box, they can get a lot of things from this big question. All right, so the book lends itself to free usage. It gives a free hand to the teacher to work in any way they want in order to engage students, empower students, and lead to learner autonomy and ownership. Another reason is the fact that together with the language, it incorporates knowledge of the world. In other words, CLIL, content and language integrated learning, and cross-curricular content. So the people who have used the book know that the book deals with different subjects. And although the subject may seem that they should be for older ages, they are not. We have to trust the children, and I'm talking about 11 and 12-year-olds. We have to trust them. They know more than we believe. What we need is the spark, to spark their curiosity, to show them that they can become active. And now the buzz expression 21st century skills. Yes, we hear it everywhere, but it's not empty words. They are meaningful because these 4 C's, I would say 5 C's, including citizenship, because the book has got a very good unit about the city where we live, and this enhances the concept of citizenship. So the 4 C's, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity, make the book a very good source for communication in the target language, because above all, we are language teachers. So we need help and support ourselves as well to create a learner-based lesson, to create active participants, to encourage the use of the target language throughout the lesson, to encourage students to make mistakes, because through mistakes, we all learn. And as a book, because I have worked in authoring and I know the basic principles of structuring the content of a book and the logical flow of the tasks and of the content, this book has very carefully designed skills development. And also, it has very carefully selected content. And above all, it gives us a free hand. We can use it in any way we want. So, would you like to answer my second question about games? How many people use games in your classroom? Please, please, please contribute, please. How many people use games? One, Mary's. Yes. Hi, Dimitri. You too. I know. Yasmina, hello, my people. Yes, I know you. Yeah. Okay. So can I ask
Some
why?
people are also replying in the chat.
Yeah.
And they say that they do.
Mm-hmm. And okay, I can see the participants, right? So can I ask those people who use games in the classroom why? Why you use games? Please unmute your microphone and say, Mary, would you like to start? I can see your hand raised, and I'm sorry, but I focused on you. So why do you use games if you do?
Because
Okay.
learning is fun.
Yes, of course, of course. And we know from the learning psychology that if the lesson isn't fun, students don't learn. And Krashen with low affective filter told us that we have to lower the affective filter of our students so that they learn, right? Okay, any other reason? We are all language teachers.
I do an addition.
Sorry?
I think personally, I have got students with serious learning disabilities,
Mhm.
and integrating game-based methods is the only way to teach them, because
Yeah.
no other way can prove as efficient as this one, especially when it comes to digital games like Wordwall or Minecraft or viewing movies.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, as we see it, games have value as educational tools, right? Here are two pictures from my classroom playing Minecraft. They enjoy Minecraft a lot. They enjoy other games because we use different, as the colleague said, different games, not just Minecraft. And I'm not going to talk about the values of game-based or game-supported learning or gamification. I'm just going to focus on three learning theories that underpin the use of games in the classroom. The first one, by Rao, 2015, is a narrative-centered learning theory. And I have added in an ELT classroom, because we are ELT teachers, and narratives have a multiple effect on students and on the learning environment, because the students identify themselves with the heroes many times, and they engage emotionally. They interact with the story, and many times we are very surprised to hear them leading the story toward a different direction, not what the book or the text wanted us to do, which is, of course, thinking out of the box, and it helps students take risks and become freer and more independent. The second theory is the problem-solving theory, and I added in an ELT classroom because Witten did not restrict it to the ELT classroom. Okay, we all know, and I would like your contribution here, please, 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 to tell me why problem solving is important in the classroom, and in particular in an ELT classroom, please.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know that there are many people that they are answering in the chat meetings also.
Sorry?
There are many people that they are answering your questions in chat, in the chat, in written chat about the games. I don't know if you see if you can see the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
But
just letting you
I
know.
have a limited image, yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just letting you know because many people.
So if somebody wants to talk, feel free to contribute. Anyway, problem solving is very important, and we know it because life is full of problems, and we have to be able to solve problems, or at least to try. And this one, again, encourages exploration of multiple solutions. Yes, Dimitri, would you like to say something?
No, I don't want to interrupt you. You can go on, but just want
No,
to
no, no,
try.
no, 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 please do, please do. I'm not
Okay,
going to
this,
say something wow. Please
all
do.
right. the point on problem solving. Why is it essential in ELT? It enhances communication skills.
Yes.
The critical thinking, as I think I saw in the chat, it is, let's say, it's applied in our daily life, real life situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can see students collaborating and solving problems together, and that's a great encouragement for them.
Absolutely.
You engage different learning styles, all that stuff.
Yes, of course. So that's why it is important to guide students and encourage students to solve problems during the lesson. First of all, because they use the language, as Dimitri said, in a natural way and for a real life purpose that makes the lesson authentic. Also, you see the character of the students as they work together. Okay, they collaborate, they develop empathy because the environment is collaborative, not competitive. And you see that the stronger students support the weaker students. And once the climate, the atmosphere is collaborative and there is no aggression or competition, then everybody thrives. So the three pillars of engagement, according to Witten, are collaboration among students, project-based learning activities, and authentic real-world assignments beyond the classroom. This one is very important because now with all the digital facilities the students have, we can direct them toward research. They can research a topic, they can find problems and bring them to the classroom on the next day. However, adopting games, those people who use games in the classroom know that it's nothing random. Good morning, guys, let's play. No. It requires a well-structured and appropriately used planning in order to achieve our learning goals. So first of all, we have to set the learning goals and objectives. Then we have to set the expected outcome. And these two will guide us to select the games and align them with the lesson, with the lesson plan. We have to think that the simpler the game is, the better people participate. And I, as a gamer, a newbie, my generation played in the streets. We didn't have any video games, but I started learning because I wanted to use Minecraft in my classrooms. I know that when the game is simple, it is engaging, it is encouraging, it's not off-putting. And of course, games develop and promote a positive attitude toward failure. This is very important, the blessing of the mistake, the blessing of the error. The game is a protected area. Students feel safe, so they don't mind making mistakes. They don't feel they are tested all the time. So they take risks, they make mistakes, they learn from their mistakes. You hear one student correcting the other. Don't do it like that. You have to do that. Miss, I'm sorry, miss, I think you're wrong here. To me, they say that to me. You should select that one. So this develops a growth mindset. And from personal experience, I know that it encourages resilience and persistence. You don't give up easily. You want to accomplish your goals. So here, why Minecraft education? How many people are familiar with Minecraft education as players, can you raise your yellow hands or unmute your microphone and answer? I'm just scrolling up and down the chat to see. Are you familiar with Minecraft? No? Okay, so I'll tell you why I fell for it. Because Minecraft is a game that hates violence. Because you can use it to combine many subjects, it's cross-curricular. Because it boosts creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, and problem solving, whatever we said, and I wouldn't like to repeat myself. Because it is very good for people with different ways of thinking. In other words, neurodivergent students. It supports people with learning, not difficulties, learning differences, I would say. And it fosters social cohesion and enhances emotional well-being by fostering empathy in the classroom. So Minecraft education promotes learning through creativity, collaboration, problem solving. It removes violence and competitive aggression, something that we see very often in our days. The other day, two kids were asking each other, how many did you kill last night? For God's sake. And encourages students to build, explore, and cooperate without conflict. And this one supports emotional learning and digital citizenship. So that's the fifth C in our 21st century skills. Okay. So, as we said, Minecraft supports people with different ways of thinking, like dyslexic, dyscalculic, ADHD, and autistic people. Why? Because each one of the students, of the players, selects their own mode of playing. They're not restricted. And they are not discouraged if they are not a very strong players. I know that from myself. But as we said, it requires a lot of effort on the part of the teacher because the integration of Minecraft education requires planning, organization, efficient and careful and appropriate planning because there are issues of concern. One issue is distraction and off-task behavior. If we haven't structured the lesson in the way we want, the children focus on the playing more rather than on our objectives, and the outcomes are totally different. Not that they're not learning. There's always some learning, but it's not what we want. We also have to think about the familiarity of the students. Not all students are familiar with gaming environments and with Minecraft, because Minecraft is a non-violence game and they prefer the aggressive games. So we have to train them, and in particular to create their awareness of why we should use Minecraft in our classroom. Also, teachers, our colleagues, may not know, may lack confidence and training, so they cannot effectively integrate Minecraft education in their practices. Again, here, people who are familiar with the game need to offer hands-on workshops to support these people. And something else about assessment. How many people are familiar with formative assessment? Okay, so the majority of people use summative assessment, which means tests, quizzes, written answers. So playing Minecraft does not provide these opportunities, but it provides opportunities for formative assessment. That is, the teacher is there, the teacher records the problems and brings them on the next day. However, there are some ways to assess their game summatively, like asking them to submit screenshots, videos, and recording their experiences in the book and quill, which are tools provided by Minecraft. Okay, so this is the third part, the practical part. And thank you very much for your patience up to here. I hope that you found something of interest. Here are three of my lessons published in the World Library of Minecraft Education. And all three have been inspired by Oxford Discover 3 second edition. The first one is The City Where We Live. There is a unit about the places where we live. The second has to do with describing processes. Unit 16 has got, gives the opportunity to describe processes. And the third one, which I'm going to describe in more detail, is the life of a sunflower, unit 15-16 in the book. So, as we said, we set objectives, because without objectives, we cannot work. We set the first objective is communication in the target language. And the students have to understand, and it's our duty to do that, that language is not detached from general world knowledge. So CLIL is a very important component, although not new at all, to show the students that language has to do with any area of human activity. The second objective, language objective, is to revise specialized vocabulary through interaction. And this interaction involves playing, involves coding. This is one of the 21st century skills, the digital skills that students learn. The majority of the students use block coding, including myself. It's basic, it's simple and easy. There are some that use Java and very few that use Python, but I'm not one of them, unfortunately. This is in my dreams for the next endeavor. The third objective is the development of empathy, tolerance, and inclusivity. That's a general objective. It's not only the objective of the particular lesson, but I always put it as part of the objectives, because playing requires support. And playing means that we are not leaving people outside. So Minecraft helps this. I delivered the lesson on site, but they can be delivered online. Later, we'll see the licensing, because unfortunately, private schools like ours, KESK, are not eligible for educational licenses. So we have to buy, first of all, Microsoft 365 that comes with Minecraft, and second, to buy Minecraft licenses in order to use them in our classrooms. So I used my own licenses and that I have on 3 or 4 laptops when we play on site. When we play online, I use my laptop and I share screen and I give the right to the students to play. So the target of the particular lesson was to put the stages of the life of a sunflower in order according to their lesson timeline. So I told them, open your book, look at it, and discuss. This encouraged a lot of communication. Of course, again, with formative assessment, I was next to them. I could hear the problems. I evaluated the problems, and I decided what I would bring on in the next lesson. The lesson finished with follow-up activities. The follow-up activity could be a blog post. I asked them to write a blog post for the school's blog, where they should share their gains and experiences of using Minecraft education. The particular world of the game has got also a visit to the museum, but for time purposes, restricted time purposes, I did not include it in the first part of the game. I left it for a follow-up activity, and basically I left it after I had finished Unit 16, where learners had acquired more knowledge on the topic of pollination and generally of the value of plants in our life, because that's a big question. Why do we need plants? So these are 2 of my favorite images, and these full of life, full of color, very upbeat and very inspiring. Here I have a video, a short video. I would like you to see how we played it and how we stopped when we came across a non-playing character, NPC, and we followed the instructions. Please tell me if you can see the video. Is it okay?
Yes.
It's okay, all right. So the lesson started here, as you see. I helped students put maps. There is a technique to put images, to insert images in the game. We call them maps, but they're not maps. You see, we have the signposts here with the numbers. So they have to select the number next to the poster and put them in the right order. Of course, they revise vocabulary, petals, nectar, pollination, bees. And that's the museum, actually, which was closed on a Monday because we did not have enough time. But we visited it in the next lesson. So here you see all these are excerpts from the book. I took a screenshot, copied, pasted them, and then I inserted with using a trick that my colleague Minecraft ambassadors taught me. And this is another value of the game, which I experienced personally, the support I have as a newbie from people from all over the world. from Japan, from China, from the Netherlands, from Belgium, from the United Kingdom, from the United States. And that made me appreciate the game. So you see, here we have different signposts, different instructions. All these triggered communication among students. Again, the signpost with number 4, it's up to them which order they decide. Okay. So the video goes on like this, full of colors, full of communication as I experienced it. And if you want, you can visit our channel on YouTube. You will have the link to see other videos which are inspired by the book, Oxford Discover 3. This one, just a minute. Yeah, okay. This one is Unit 16, the wrap-up, page 164, describing a process. This one gave us the opportunity to create a laboratory of vertical farming, and the children learned vocabulary like sustainability, sustainable energy, carbon footprint, and all these terms that come together with the topic. And this is a video, it's a very short one, 34 seconds. It's part of the laboratory. And the posters on the wall show processes. So in higher level classes, you can use them to teach or to revise passive voice. They are excellent for passive voice, but also to use them with Oxford Discover 3 students to describe the process in the active voice, like in their book. Again, the same unit gave us the opportunity to discuss zero food waste, because it came inevitably up as a topic as students brought it up by saying we throw away a lot of food, which is a shame. And we created this food truck. I'm not going to show the whole video, just part of it. This food truck, which is a school canteen, and it's part of a festival. Okay, no food wasted. Our chef cooks only for the day, no mountains of food. We share the leftovers with old people's homes, etc. So, which sensitize students to the economy of resources. Here is Unit 17, Explorers. And this gave us the opportunity to create this video. This is Captain Columbus' 3 ships. And the students created an interview. You won't see the interview, but you will see the environment. In order to copy and paste boats or whatever other object requires a lot of skill. Again, my colleagues, ambassadors, taught me how to do that, and I showed it to the students. So this is part of the book, as you can see. And the whole video was focused on the book. Now, what do we need in order to integrate Minecraft in our lesson? I would recommend training. We have the links here. You can take them after the presentation, where you can go, enroll, and start free trainings in order to be familiar and to be able to guide the students through the game. Here is a catalog of the training sections, licensing and deployment guide, money, and some information on how, as private schools, we can obtain licenses if we create camps, clubs for homeschooling, etc. So all the links are available for you. If you're interested, here I have external references and links of YouTube. And a big thank you for your time and for your patience to share my passion for game-supported learning. Thank you very much. So you're welcome to ask any questions if you want. Okay, Adonia?
Yes, please feel free to ask anything you want. Either you can unmute yourselves or you can write it in the chat meeting and I will...
Whatever, yes, I'm here to share my experiences and my passion. Because at 11 in the morning, only people who have passion are here. Okay. Yes, Katerina.
Good morning, and thank you so much for this. I think that my students are gonna love it because, of course, everyone knows that everybody plays video games, and Minecraft is one of their favorite. But I would like to ask, since I had used Discover before, but now I've been using Harmonize 1, 2, and 3. Can I use Minecraft with other books as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So training should be very helpful, I
Yes,
guess.
I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so.
Yeah. But with for other books as well.
Yeah, but you know what? No matter how much training we get as teachers, the students always know more than us.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
even if we are not well trained, we tell the students and they feel very proud because they can guide us. Miss, you have to learn this, or 2 lessons later, I think you have improved your skills. Bravo, miss. So,
Okay.
yeah, all this creates a very good atmosphere and leads to learner autonomy. Katerina, thank you very much for raising that.
Okay, and one more question, if I may. Is it time consuming? How much time should we have in order to prepare all these classes, the lessons?
Okay, so I wouldn't say no, that it's not time consuming, but it comes with experience. It comes with experience. So basically, we have to do a lot of preparation at home as teachers to set the goals, the objectives, to set time limits, because parents do not pay us to play, as somebody said. You know that. We are private schools, and parents think that good work is only writing. Not all of them appreciate the value of games. So it takes time to organize the lesson. It is a little bit time consuming to set it up. But if you set time limits, and if you tell the students exactly what you want, you can manage the time.
Perfect.
But it's not
Thank you very much.
It's not something like very easy to do.
Yeah.
You have to have passion
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I guess that's true, but I think it will worth it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I
It was
thank you,
really
Katerina, for
inspiring.
raising this. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Anything else? Any other questions that somebody might
I
like
have
to
some
ask?
questions in the chat.
Yes.
Where Rula's asking, where can we find the links?
The links. As I talked with the organizers of the webinar, the participants will receive a questionnaire to give us feedback with all the necessary links. And I don't know if they received the PDF of the slides, but definitely you will receive a questionnaire and the links, all the links that I have there. And the links can lead you to other links that you find useful, because they are mainly articles that guide Minecraft educators. Okay, any other question?
There is a question from Thanos. Have you tried Roblox instead of Minecraft?
No. No, not me. But I know that it is popular among young people. Yes, what I have done, what I have started doing is to try robot virtual worlds. This is a little bit difficult, but I think that during summer I will crack it. But no, I haven't. Does anybody want to share their experience and compare? The person who asked the question, maybe? Okay.
There is another question.
Yes, please.
How long, from Joanna, how long did the basic training last?
You mean the teacher's basic training? Okay, this can last from a few hours to a few months. If you visit the site and if you see the catalog, I have included the link to the catalog. It has separated the training into 3 stages. The basic training doesn't take long, but I cannot trust that you won't be triggered to do more. It's like, I don't say addiction, but you find something and you say, how can I do that differently? And you enroll on another course. So no, basically no, strictly speaking, no, it's not very time consuming if you stay at the basic training.
Thanos answered that he played it with a student. He was the previous asked. And I'm not sure if you will have the recording. I think that the organizers know that. They will let you
Yes.
know. I will let them know that you want the recording.
Yes, it would be useful, maybe. And we would like the feedback, because you will receive a questionnaire. So please answer honestly, because for me and for the organizers, it is a critical thing to know the other colleagues' opinion on that. Okay, so Antonia, you think we are done?
So thanks, thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you, Mrs. Palexiou, for the great
Dida, please,
performance.
the gamer, Dida the gamer, and my agent. Thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank you
giving me
very
this
much.
opportunity.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.